up, everybody? Welcome back to the Artists in Depth podcast. I got a brand new artist in the studio today. Just met mutually through a customer at Old Moon Deli. Shout out to Old Moon Deli. It's actually her son, the fantastic Ian Rao, and don't say Rowe. It's not Rowe. It's Rao. I'll be sure to pronunciate that in the description. Is a vocal percussionist, aka beatboxer, for layman's terms.
Yeah.
From Snyder, Texas. Then we also got the fabulous Stephanie Bass with us again.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, there she is. She's wonderful. I wish y'all could see her. I really do. Maybe one day when we get the videos going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, just with your beatboxing, I guess we'll just start out basic question. How'd you get started doing that? Because that's something, something you got to gear up to, and everyone generally in the world makes noises with their mouths, but getting up to that, level, but doing it musically and competitively in some situations.
Yes.
How do you get to that point?
So back, I would say maybe 3 years ago, I watched this Viner named Marcus Perez, and he would beatbox and stuff like that. And it was only for like 7 seconds, and then I got really interested into it, and then I learned things like throat bass, and then I started watching. I went in more and more and more, and then I found other beatboxers like Codfish and Swiss Beatbox, which is a huge community for beatboxers, and I always liked singing before too, but then I added beatboxing with my singing, and that is, I use it to express myself, and there's just a whole a community of beatboxers all around the world that just, that do this and, want to do it for a living and want to be able to make this something that, others can express themselves on.
Yeah.
So.
That's right. Oh, man, you turn that towards you a little bit?
Yeah.
Like so that'll just move. So, yeah, you can just turn. Yeah, there you go, right there.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Because, it'll be in front. There you go.
Okay.
Can you hear the bassiness when you get in there? So yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay, there we go.
There it is. That's what we're talking about. Well, no, that's really cool, man. Because, I've been in percussion, like, at school since 6th grade.
Yeah.
And, I thought about, because I always did, like, small, just, funny beatboxing. My friends are freestyling, like, just doing, the funny stuff. But I never really saw how complex it could get, because I always thought it was, just some dude just beating it, and like, like funny stuff like that. But then I saw, in early Facebook, Daichi, that dude, Daichi Beatbox.
Daichi, yeah.
Yeah. And, old video, this video was like 2008. But I saw it, and, it's where he's sitting in his room. He's got a green shirt on. Everybody should go look it up. It's on YouTube. And he just goes off, and he's, like, whistling. He started doing the record scratching with his hand, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Crab scratching and stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't even know you could make all these noises. But then just just holding, like, a different tone with his throat, and then doing something with his mouth, but then, like, making pop. I don't even know what he's doing. Like, that stuff is crazy. So how do you... what made you want to practice that? Like, who do you have, like, a main influence that you saw that made you want to jump in there?
I would have to say that the first beatboxer I did watch was Marcus Perez, but then what made me really get into it was Codfish the Beatboxer, otherwise known as Bunny Fluff at the time.
Yeah.
He had this beatbox video that was like the best beatboxers in the Call of Duty lobby. I don't play Call of Duty, but I just like the video. And
like they're playing Call of Duty, but he's beatboxing and
like he just has Call of Duty going on in the background, and then he adds his beats over it, and the first noise that I picked up was throat bass, which was that. Yeah. And that's something that Marcus Perez and that Codfish both did a lot, and theirs was just so clean. But then I found out that a lot of people don't like Marcus Perez is just more of an entertainer rather than a competitive beatboxer.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I delved into the beatbox scene more and more and more, then I found things like Swiss Beatbox and Beatbox International and all of these other things with so much, with like so many more complex structures and beatbox patterns and all this stuff. You know, you find people like LM, Zero, all these people who just advanced the scene so much, like Reaps One, and it all came from I would say it all came from Razel, the guy who's like, if you're on the like that stuff, just old.
Like he's doing
old
like
school,
some boom bap with like
boombox,
yeah,
boombox.
yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
That's cool, man. So what? So I mean, I'm sure. So you see this, you practice.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, like just like I was always tapping on things as a drummer. I'm sure it annoys the hell out of everybody.
It does.
You're walking around just making noises, and they're like, "Dude, stop!" And you're like, "Hey, man, I'm practicing."
Your friends, your family,
Yeah.
your school. The teachers told me, quit that beat bopping.
Yeah, right. It's like it's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I totally feel that just from also percussion, and I was like semi-pro tech deck, like skateboarder.
I love tech decks. I wish that I had.
Well, it was
tech
really
decks.
cool, man. When you get into it, start actually doing tricks. It's the same physics.
Yeah.
I actually learned some tricks from the tech deck because I could break it down and see how it happens. Or like you watch the skate videos and you watch how they do it, and it's really cool.
That's cool.
But I can totally appreciate that. Just annoying your surroundings with your practice. I totally feel that. So after you've been practicing for a little bit, when was the first time you were thinking of competing? When did that come into it? Because at first you see it and you're like, man, that's cool. Like you were saying, you see them doing it as entertainers, but then you start diving into the competition. Like when did you feel like you were ready for that?
I like in the first year did not really have a competitive spirit for it, just because I didn't know there was a competitive spirit for it.
Yeah.
But then I went on. I would go on Omegle, and then I would beatbox on there because I'd like to listen to other beatboxers on Omegle.
That's like an old video chat thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you see some crazy stuff on there.
Oh, dude, I remember it was a chat roulette.
Yes, chat roulette.
Chat roulette was terrifying.
It was terrifying. You were one click away from a penis.
Oh,
it was
dude.
terrible.
Or a penis in a Halloween mask,
yes.
Or a dude just like standing naked. Oh, dude, it's gnarly.
It's
what?
Oh,
it's
dude, chat it'd be like normal people. It's like, hey, normal people, random dude in his chair. Like it was like but it was chat roulette, so it's basically just like randomizing.
Yeah,
who,
and
like
there would be
like
a bunch
video
of kids
chat
on there too, so that guy's a creep.
Dude, yeah, like you'd hit it and it's like 4 kids in front of a webcam. It's like, ha.
It's funny how much we've declined from that "don't talk to strangers" thing.
Oh yeah, well, because we only do it behind a computer screen. People are just like, oh, but like now it's like.
So just because it's a screen doesn't mean you're protected.
Oh,
yeah, everyone thinks that they're anonymous nowadays.
Oh yeah, well, not anymore, man. Everybody's up in arms about the privacy things. Like actually, phone companies are now saying like, we don't track your stuff, but like it's brave because what a lot of people don't know is these phone companies make money off your data. So
yeah,
they sell it. You sell it. Amazon buys data like crazy.
Yeah, tracking and selling are two different things.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's a funny thing. I was and this is random tangents. I'll tell you what go off on, but. Yeah. Like one of the things I read recently about those was everybody thinks that it's their microphone listening to them, but really your data is collected throughout everything you do, especially if you have an iPhone. Like I have an iPhone, so through iCloud, Apple sells data like crazy.
That's crazy.
So they'll like stuff's marketed to you because you liked it somewhere or something.
That's what always made me nervous about the Face ID, face recognition.
I could never do that.
But I don't know. That always was I would do it, but I guess I just don't have the guts to.
Well, what's crazy about that too is because on certain things with Apple, they have your credit card numbers, they have your birthday, and then they have your fingerprint and your face. Like honestly, the Apple's got more information than the police system does for me. You know what I mean? Like they got my face and my prints. But it. Maybe not my face. I mean, they own all our pictures, but definitely, I don't agree with the face ID thing. But anyway, so where did you compete first?
I haven't been to any live competitions, but I did do some online competitions.
Yeah.
And they would host these things called dailies on TeamSpeak, which TeamSpeak is an app essentially that allows you to speak to other people, and usually people use it for gaming and stuff like that. But it's kind of like Discord.
Yeah.
But they would use TeamSpeak, and
It's like TeamSpeak and a Ventrilo. I remember Ventrilo.
Yeah, Ventrilo.
Yeah, we use that for Warcraft. I played Warcraft for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But now they've transferred from TeamSpeak to Discord.
Mhm.
They have Beatbox Talk on there, and they have I don't know, they've got a lot of stuff like they're so what they used to do is they had all of these different lobbies, and then you had 3 for jamming. You had some for loop stations, which is like a machine that you can like loop your voice and your beatboxing,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. And then they have like the singing category, the rapping category, and then they had the daily tournaments that they would have, and those I think it went on around like 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it blew up. Like that's where it grew for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they went off of live tournaments and stuff like that, but then they put it on to TeamSpeak because they used to have old live tournaments and stuff. But yeah.
Well, cool. That's actually a real interesting way to. So like we were saying, like kind of like with the chat roulette, hiding behind the screen.
Yeah.
But I think that's also cool for especially a lot of people with art forms, because artists, they're hugely critical on themselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of artists, especially when they're getting started, are kind of afraid to just go out there on the stage and do something.
Yeah.
And also, that's also, since they're kind of afraid, you don't really get to see their true potential and talent sometimes because, it's intimidating.
Yes.
But something like that, when it's just like, all right, they're like, oh, go, but it's all audio and you're doing it through a microphone.
Yeah.
You can just go and you can go all out because you're right there.
Yeah. It makes people a lot less nervous. Like, there are a lot of beatboxers who are a lot more quiet than you thought that they were, just because they have a mic in front of them and, they use just the little microphones compared to like on stage and stuff like that, because on stage performance is just, it calls for so much more than just being right there. But still, like even right there, you get a certain energy from it. It's cool.
So whenever you compete, what kind of things do they? So for audio, I guess whenever it's just the audio, whenever they're judging, they judge you on how do y'all pick who wins when y'all do that?
So they give you 1 minute and 30 seconds, and they have these scoring sheets that they score based on technicality, which is like structured beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Musicality, which, musical, and originality.
Okay.
I think those are the 3 categories. I think there might be more categories. I've never officially judged one. I did judge some some off the cuff stuff.
Yeah.
But those are the 3 categories that they judge on, and they have 3 judges usually, and then the 3 judges pick the winner.
Cool, that's awesome. So have you done competitions on stage at this point?
No, I have not. I want to though.
Yeah.
American Beatbox Champs, 2019.
Oh, sweet. Is that the competition you want to do?
Yes, that is. It's held in. I think it's held in New York.
Have you applied or anything?
I have not.
Or do you have to like kind of win some prelims or?
You just get a ticket down there and you have an elimination there.
Okay, so you go sign up.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's like it's open. It's like an open.
Open elimination. Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's super cool. Well, yeah, man, you should tackle that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'd even say get a little. Well, summer's over, but I was to say get a little side gig and save up for that, man. Just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's rad.
Yeah.
So you definitely plan on tackling something like that soon?
Yes, I would like to. I'd like to. I have a Snapchat thing that I with a group with a lot of other beatboxers, and they have all been to tournaments, and I have not, and I'm the only one who hasn't. So.
Oh, sweet! So cool.
I have to change that.
Man, y'all better be on the lookout out there. It's up and coming prodigy right here. He's lurking in the shadows. You don't know who's coming. Well, man, do you have like a little piece or anything you want to share?
Yeah.
On the thing? Yeah, man, we'll do something like that. Here, I'll turn your mic down a little bit. Mic it. All right, go for it.
No sunshine when she's gone. Not one when she moves away. No sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away.
Yeah, that was dope, dude.
Thank you.
That was rad. Everybody listening, there was no electronics on that, by the way.
All from the mouth.
Man, dude, that sounded good in the headphones and everything.
Thank you.
Damn, that's fresh, man.
Thank you.
How long you been doing this, man?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
You hear that, everybody? It's never too late. I'm telling you, man.
No.
3 years was nothing.
I just picked it off of a vine.
Yeah, dude, you just pick it and go, because man, that's a big thing we talk about on the show, man, is how a lot of people are too wrapped up in what ifs and everything. And honestly, like the amount of time there is, counting all your what ifs and saying all that, you could have just jumped like 3 times, like just go, just jump into it. Especially if you're interested in it, why not try it out?
Yeah.
People who are really afraid of failure. So it's like it's a big stigma around failure. Especially in America.
Yes.
Everybody sees all the happy things and good things that happen to these successful, talented people, but they don't see all the trials and everything that everybody goes through.
Yes. Something that I really love about the beatbox scene is how worldly it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so open to so many different cultures and stuff like that. Like the Indonesian beatbox scene is huge.
Yeah.
And that's there are female beatboxers, there are LGBT beatboxers like Hershey, and they can just put themselves on stage with confidence and do what they do, and it's always good to see the beatbox scene growing from what it was to what it is now, because it grows really fast.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I can really appreciate those underground scenes of art, and it's super cool. Just because I come from a couple different underground scenes, but one of the biggest ones was our longboarding scene in Houston. We all go out late at night, and there's a big group of us, and we all go skate the parking garages when all the big buildings close.
That's cool.
And but just having those underground scenes and having that community is really cool. And I'd never heard of anything like that before you said it today. Just having the voice chat community and just how important that could be just for learning. And man, it's awesome, because it really, I've been skateboarding since I was a kid, but I really learned everything I know from hanging out with that group.
Yeah.
And getting immersed in the scene.
Yeah. My friends have a strategy, essentially. Yeah. It's like work till you sweat. That's like their strategy for coming up with shout out to Dreamers. That's that's Ping Pong Po and Biscuit, and they're the tag team champions 2018 American Beatbox champions.
Wow.
And they're only going up from there. I'd say they work harder than I do. And they just, 16, 17-year-old Hawaiian beatboxer and a 17-year-old New York beatboxer.
Yeah.
They came from different sides of the world to compete at the American Beatbox Championship. And they killed it.
That's great. Do you know these guys?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's rad. So these guys from your scene that you've been practicing
they're
in,
from
and
the TeamSpeak scene.
Well, that's rad. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Man, I bet the tag team pieces sound crazy.
They're amazing.
Going on, wow, teaming up on the see, and that's what's crazy, because of course, there's been multiple, forever humans have been putting voices together and doing stuff, and there's even underground magical stuff of humans getting together and with a certain pitch resonation they can move things. The
crazy.
Yeah, it's old Egypt tablet stuff, but but the stuff like that, this kind of is a new I don't know, just with the instrument, just what beatboxing is formed into, because in the old hip hop scenes, late 70s, the 80s, it was something just to have a beat.
Yeah.
And now it's grown into, well, we can play multiple instruments, and what's cool about that, and I just thought of it, just having thinking about them two together. If you had a group of 5 beatboxers, or maybe even a symphony of beatboxers.
There's a group of 5 beatboxers called Berry Wam.
Berry Wam.
Yeah, BERYWAM. Berry Wam.
Berry Wam.
And they're French beatboxers, and they are the world champions for the French team, and they're crazy. They're crazy. They're probably one of the biggest innovators on the scene when it comes to big groups like that. It's cool.
Are they like one of those performances to where like you think you might have seen it all, and then they just pull it out, and you're like,
yes,
what was that?
Recently, they auditioned somewhere. I think it was I can't remember.
Yeah,
Something's Got Talent.
Okay, one of those.
Yeah,
we got Britain, France, and America.
Yeah, and they're awesome. They're awesome.
That's super, man. That's
so
super
it's
cool.
4 people. Do they do it like all together, or
All
does
together.
each person have a separate piece in each performance?
That's a good question. They can tend to be together, but a lot of the times it's just different parts. Like someone will be on like maybe the percussive piece, and someone will be on bass, and someone will be on melody, and then someone will be harmonizing to that melody.
Like a choir.
Yeah.
Or like a quartet or quintet. You said 5 or 4?
4 now.
And is that completely like just the actual melody, or is there any actual singing in the beatboxing? Or is
Yes.
Well, yeah, like his too. That's crazy.
Yeah, there is singing in the beatboxing. If you look up the Berry Wam channel, most of their stuff has singing in it. MB14, I think he recently just left Berry Wam to do his own stuff. But in their old videos, he's got, his own, he sings, and usually someone harmonizes with him.
Yeah.
And they've got stuff going on with that. But they all sing. They all sound really good.
That's rad, man. I wonder what a barbershop beatbox quartet sound like.
Badass.
Yeah, that'd be wicked, man. They're all wearing barbershop clothes, and they're gonna come sing some oldies, and they bust that out like remixes, and just like
sick fades everywhere.
Sick fades. Yeah.
Get a haircut.
Take off their hats. They got like fades and like stuff drawn in their hair and like, cool haircuts. Man. Dude, man, that's rad. That's super cool.
How hard is it to get to those concerts? I get that it would just be in like France and everything, because that's where they're based off of. But is it sort of how we revere the Blue Man Group?
Do they tour? Like, do they go around and?
I don't know if they tour.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you have to go to them.
Yes. Yeah. It's not relatively hard to get to any of those things. It's just a lot of beatboxers face a lot of money issues. So it's like, Zero, a beatboxer from Azerbaijan, he wanted to go to World Beatbox, and he did not have a visa, I think.
Oh,
and yeah. That's the reason why he couldn't go.
Of all things.
Yeah, of all things. And he's a super talented beatboxer. He's like one of the best.
It kind of makes you wonder, how different would these competitions turn out if everyone who is actually able to do them was able to actually go to them,
So there's probably tons and tons of just unearthed talent that is, still waiting to come out just because people can't afford it and stuff like that.
Reservoir, almost.
Yeah, a talent reservoir. Yes.
Yeah, really. Man, that was also a big thing that inspired this podcast, man. Out here in Galveston, the art scene is really small.
Yeah.
But it's very lush. Like there's a lot of really talented people down here.
Yes.
And really, I hadn't seen like an outlet like this. Oh, like check it out, it's an earwig. Yeah, but the talent scene down here is like so lush and so rich. But it like I don't think it was like it hasn't been. I mean, it's been appreciated, but I was like, has anyone ever like talked to any of these people and see what they do and like has shown like interest in them? Because there's a lot of artists down here that are giving away art for free or doing it really cheap, or not that it's about the money, but but they talk like doing that for a living or doing it for some supplemental income or doing it for doing it on a bigger scale. They talk about it like it's a fantasy thing, like it would never happen. I'm like, man, no, you need to get on this. Like people need to know you're here because this stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's it. And plus, I want to like learn. I want to learn as much as possible. But really for anybody, because I'd got most of my insight just listening and talking to artists. I wanted to make something where we can all talk about that and everybody can share their stories, man. Because who knows? Someone might listen to this that has been doing beatbox for his friends at the lunch table during lunch, and but he wants to take it to a different level, and he's just like, I just don't know anybody that's done this, and they've been listening to the show and they hear that and they're like, oh, I can do it. You did it in 3 years, man. I mean, of course, you don't want to create the movie of someone else's journey and make it yours. You got to enjoy your own process. But
yeah,
like that. I mean, but just the fact that, man, that you came from not knowing about this to just being immersed in it because you jumped in. Like getting this good in 3 years takes hard work.
It does.
And lots of networking. Like if you weren't out there hungrily looking for it, you probably wouldn't have found TeamSpeak group, or you wouldn't,
yeah,
or learn the skills you needed to learn. Like that's huge. If you're gonna, especially in art form, something you believe and you love, you got to go all in. I mean, it's scary, but you can't be afraid of it. You just got to jump.
Yep.
As Steve Harvey says.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all have seen that video. You should go watch it. He talks about jumping. It's really good.
That reminds me of BBK, a Canadian beatboxer, who says, he goes, "We're all gonna get rich and we're all gonna make money off this," and I was like, he's joking, like he's joking. He probably could care less about money, but it was just funny.
Well, that's also like keeping a good attitude about it. Like a good funny attitude about it, because it's like, look, say that if that's a motive, because if that's your motivation, that's what you want to get out of it, cool.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't go your way, don't get all super mad and like letting it like harsh your drive.
Yeah.
Because there is no win without losing. Like we talk about it all the time. Just you gotta have that balance. Just look for the lessons. Like when you lose, instead of focusing on your failure, focusing on the sense of like, all right, where did I go wrong, and what can I fix to not do that again? Or what should I learn to fix this out? Figure this out.
Being open-minded.
Yeah. Being open-minded to change too. Because like especially like with art forms, like your style might change or something might change. Because like it depends on. This is like super elementary example, but when I was a kid, I was drawing sharp teeth with lines. I was just drawing
like a triangle.
No, not triangles yet, just lines.
Oh, lines.
Yeah, just straight lines.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
And because I was like, yeah, sharp point, straight line.
Yeah.
And my dad came by, he was like, hey, if you just put triangles on it, it actually looks like sharp teeth. And I was just like, mind blown.
Amazing.
But then later on, after I've been just drawn as a hobby.
Yeah.
Later on, my friend that is really good at shading, and like his stuff was like spectacular. Yeah. He was like, "Why don't you try a little bit of shading, man? It'll make it look cool." I did that big one behind you.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and
he was awesome.
He was like, "When you try some, thank you, I appreciate it." He was like, when you try some shading, man, it kind of blends it in there. And so I tried to do shading his way. I didn't like it, but I started doing it like that, like real thick black line shading, and I was like, "Oh, this is what I like." But like that's the thing, you have to be able to. Instead of, if someone comes over with a tip, instead of taking it directly as them showing off or them saying they're better than you, actually give it a shot, and see if it works for you. And if it makes you better, I mean, there's no reason to hate, if it's actually working, like don't steal from people.
Yes.
But, like if you learn something from them, like, don't be intimidated that they're better than you. Just, I mean, they might actually be, but why is that?
Yeah. You can express yourself in that. It's like the lip roll. By Napalm, that pretty much every beatboxer knows how to do that.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that they express themselves with it. Like Andre Gibson does lip rolls, but he does like a laser lip roll, like that. And then Zero pretty much created the hollow lip roll, and it's just what you're able to do with that, because every beatboxer knows how to do a lip roll, but what people look for in the scene, and I think what makes people stick out, what gets a lot of views, is how you can manipulate that to something that describes you, and like that something that can move an audience, you know?
Yeah.
Just like a cool noise. It's what most people are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But like Gene Shinozaki, he says, you know, it's not just cool noises that they want from the scene. It's like it's trying to make music.
Yeah.
Because a lot of beatboxers like to make really cool noises and just spam really cool noises.
Yeah.
But something that's growing in the scene and something that a lot of beatboxers really want, like Reeps One and Gene Shinozaki, is this growth of music. Like to add music to beatboxing.
Absolutely. I think that's really cool because you're doing live mashups.
Yeah.
You know, like that it's really impressive. You know, it's because you know, like it's one thing to sample a song, it's one thing to get online, and do a little dubstep mix of the song. Yeah. But when you do it all with your mouth, like and it comes from you, like that's totally different. You know. And I would think that's important too, because I've seen that there's some there's some beatboxers making some really cool sounds, but just the dynamics not very impressive because it's just like all right, cool, you're making cool noises, but
what does it mean?
What does it mean? Like where is it going? Like where's the flow? But that's really cool how you have the song and it's like a mix and you just throw it all in there because you have to do so many different things. Like the way you transition to different mouth positions, whatever you got to do is like it's huge. Like there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying, when we were talking about Daichi in the beginning, like I was blown away because that's the first time I'd ever seen anything like that.
Yeah.
To where I was just like, y'all can do like dubstep and remixes and stuff and whatever with your mouth.
Themes.
Yeah, like it's not just hip hop boom bap beats. Like this is like real.
Yeah. Like
you can do all kinds. Like I was blown away. I mean that was crazy too. I'd never seen it live before, man.
You need to if that blew you away, you need to look at Swiss Beatbox.
I haven't written down actually.
Oh, Swiss Beatbox.
I wrote them down on the other side. Yeah, I wrote down a couple names as you were saying them.
The guy that is the head of Swiss Beatbox, Paponi.
Was Swiss Beatbox like a group?
It's Swiss Beatbox is like a community.
Yeah.
It was created by Paponi.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about this, maybe Maddox, but Paponi, what he did was he just wanted to film beatboxers across the world. So he just went and did it. And now it's this, they organize events and it's huge. It's like the place to go. If, that's a lot of people's Santa Fe.
Yeah.
It's like to get a video on Swiss Beatbox.
Okay.
That's something that a lot of beatboxers look at and be, I at least just want a video on Swiss Beatbox. Like that's their
okay. So it's like a platform.
Yeah, it's a platform.
Okay, cool. That's rad because it's like that. Like with skateboarding on Instagram, like the big one to get your clip on is Metro Skateboarding.
Metro.
Man, Metro Skateboarding is one of the biggest ones. I've been following Metro Skateboarding since they were a YouTube channel. Yeah. They started on YouTube in like 2007, and they used to do like 10 tricks for a taco. And like all these other funny videos, like every time someone would do a trick at the park, it would cut to a scene of like someone putting like meat on the taco, then another trick, and then like they'd add toppings every time.
Yeah. And
they'd give them the taco at the end, but just having I think that's awesome, man. Those community platforms are huge, and honestly, those are those are kind of what put record labels and other things like kind of to the side.
Yeah.
Because people were just like, you know what, instead of like giving the rights to my talent to a company, I'm just going to go join this community forum that's huge.
Yeah.
And lots of people see it by default because they like the community. Mm-hmm. And then that way it can thrive in its own because everybody's doing their own thing while doing something together.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
It is cool.
That's rad.
And that's where you can pick up stuff, I feel like,
Yeah.
Just watching other people, that's where you get inspired. And, I just watch Instagram videos of people beatboxing and it's like, oh man. Like that's really cool. It's not even just. It's like something as simple as just I want to do that. Like not fame and fortune and all of that, but just that looks cool.
Yeah.
And then just getting more into it.
Just having an interest in it, But once you find something you like, and everybody listening, if you got something you like, do this. Like immerse yourself in it. Like just to. If you want to learn about it and, if you like it and you want to get better, but then you get to the point to where like, man, I want to be the best I can be, immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
Like hang out with the people that do it, get in the communities that do it, challenge yourself, compete a little bit, you know, just to test yourself. And, you know, like it helps either way. You're gonna learn something whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, that's fantastic. Well, man, so I guess we got to the part in the show where I'll go ahead and ask you the famous question.
Okay.
But so, and this is great since you know it started 3 years ago, like we were talking about. For any, I don't know, amateur beatboxers out there, or I mean, we're all AMs in our own way. But you know, for anyone that maybe be thinking about it or trying it, or maybe they're getting discouraged because they can't make the noise they want to make, or whatever, you know, what could you say from your experience that might help them along the way there?
I'll say that anyone can beatbox, and people have been beatboxing for eons. You know, people, babies do little raspberries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And beatboxing, just when I first got into it, it made me just really happy.
Yeah.
It just made me really happy. And when times just I didn't seem very happy. If you want to beatbox, then there is absolutely nothing stopping you. And the only thing that can stop you from being able to beatbox is yourself.
Universal law right there.
And if you get yourself into the scene and you beatbox with other people, they're, you know, they care and they worry about the same exact things you do. So everyone's human, and just go. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just jump. Just jump in. Well, Ian, man, it was cool having you on, man.
I have to make one more plug.
Oh, dude, make up. Now, I was just about. You know, you read my mind. I was just about to say, man, like, make all the plugs, shameless plugs, whatever you want to say, man.
This is just my brother Eli. This is unrelated, but he does art and stuff like that. His Instagram is Monsters Lee, and he does all of the how to say it, the DeviantArt stuff.
Oh, DeviantArt's cool, man.
Yeah, and he's really good.
Yeah, dude, I've had an account on DeviantArt.com since like 2011. I haven't touched it in like 5 years. I swear.
Yeah.
No, well, no. I mean, dude, it's a huge community, man.
It is.
I think that's why I got slightly discouraged. I was like, bro, this forum is huge. Like,
it's scary.
It's scary, bro. There's some great artists on there. Like, it's very intimidating. Like, you know, just look, because I consider mine lowbrow, and in the lowbrow category, it's just like packed, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like, man, dude, like, killer. No, that's awesome though. Everybody, please go.
I mean, your art's awesome. I love it.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you. And if anybody, please go check out that artist's work. Run that back. You got a little 15-second thing. I know you do on the podcast app, so run that back. Make sure you go check out that artist.
Now, was there any special abbreviations for that, by the way?
Monsters Lee, I think.
Like Lee or Ly?
It's Li.
Li.
Yeah, like Monsters Eli, but Monsters Lee. Let's see. 1 second.
Monsters Lee.
Yeah, but yeah, I can pull it up. Might take a second though.
No worries. We can cut all this out.
Okay, so it's Monsters _Li. Monsters Lee.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Very nice. Is that on Instagram too?
Yes.
All right, cool. Oh, and also I was gonna ask, man, what's your social, man? Where can people go check out some of your work if you got it online?
I don't post very much on Instagram, and it's a shame just because I'll be beatboxing, people will be like, "What's your Instagram?" And I'll be like, "I don't post anything on there." But it's New Ian Lulz. Yeah. Oh. Oof. NEWIANLOLS, and my YouTube channel is Nini Beats.
Nini Beats. So on YouTube though, you got some clips up there.
I have a song and it's called Groovy.
Oh, nice.
And I hope to put up some more stuff, but
Hey man, we all gotta start somewhere, man. It's not a showing contest, man.
It's Sure.
It's all right. But yeah, well, what was that YouTube channel though, man? So everybody go check out that song.
It is Nini Beats. Nini space Beats.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, man. Once again, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm glad we could make that connection. It's really, really cool, man. I've learned a lot today about beatboxing. I had no idea about. Even
awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's fantastic. All right, everybody. Well, please go check out
Thank you for letting me be on this podcast.
Oh yeah, man. You're welcome.
Coming on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Any time, man. If you're back in town, want to do another episode, we can do it. Doesn't matter. I'm always down.
I loved your cat. I love this room. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kelsey Whaling for photography. That is her cat.
Yeah, that is her cat. You know, it took us a while too. We were just on that same level with the cat with the hissing and scratching.
We got her with a lot of treats.
Yeah, we gave her treats and scratches, and eventually
That's how you have to do it.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, yeah, man. That's cool. Everybody, please go check out the artists we talk about. Please go check out Ian's work, Nini Beats, on YouTube. Stay up to date. Just go ahead and subscribe, even if you're not on YouTube that much. Just subscribe to his channel. Go follow him. You know, he might post some cool stuff. You don't know.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. You gotta do it. All right, guys. Well, Artisan Debt Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, just like we were talking about. Please click on the little bell. Get notifications when new episodes get posted. If you got iTunes podcasts, be sure to share. If you like it, make sure to comment on our posts or whatever you want, especially if you disagree with things. I love to argue. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just let me know. I love trolls. Please troll me. I'd appreciate it. All right. Well, Steph, you got any sign-offs?
No. Peace out, y'all. Y'all be safe out there.
That'll work for me. All right, Ian.